for, but I imagine you would take quite a bit from that game.
Yeah, obviously disappointed with the result, but I have to say, really, really pleased with the performance. We made some changes tonight, put some young boys in, and really, really pleased with how they performed tonight, whilst obviously still being disappointed with the result.
What aspects is you from the team's performance?
Sorry, what was that?
What aspects of the team's performance pleased you most?
Look, I think apart from the first 10, 15, where we were a bit slow to get going, we pretty much had control of that football match. We had more possession territory. I think the stats were 31 shots to 12. So I think that says that we did pretty well in the match. So, and to do it the way we did it in the second half, when we made the changes and we had pretty much a team full of our younger players on the park, it was really, really, really pleasing for me.
Carly, when you're ready.
Warren, you've obviously had a pretty busy schedule. Do you think there was any sign of fatigue from your players today?
Yeah, look, to be honest, Carly, I think there's a sign of fatigue 4 weeks ago. But such as the group, we kept going and we've got a great spirit. And, we did rest some players today. And, we made sure the ones that definitely needed the rest had one. And but boys kept putting their hands up to play today as well. And, Corey and Nevs wanted to play. And, but we had to obviously manage them and take them off at times of the game where you wouldn't normally do that.
Good. You'll obviously have to wait on the results of other games to see who your next opposition is. Do you have any preferences, or will you be looking closely at that?
Not really. We've played everyone now a few times, and I think the two options are Macarthur or Adelaide. I'm pretty sure we can't play anyone else. So we've beaten both those sides. We've also lost to both those sides. So we certainly know a lot about both teams, and we'll just prepare for whoever it is after tonight.
Great, thanks, Warren.
Thank you.
Joey?
Warren, Joe Lynch here, mate. We asked Steve about this before. Obviously, his side has the week off now, and you guys have to play next week. How will you be preparing now for a one-off elimination all-on-the-line game compared to a regular season game? Does it change at all?
No, not really. The thing I think we're all looking forward to is we get a week's preparation. We haven't had that now in 6 weeks. So, we can actually recover the boys, build into the week, prepare like we would normally. And, and obviously we're at home, so that's a benefit for us as well. So, but in regards to the fact it's a finals match, no different in terms of our preparation.
Obviously you don't get much of a choice about it, but would you rather have a week off, or do you like being able to just play immediately next week and keep momentum going?
Yeah, look, I think, having a week off is not always an advantage. I think we had an 18-day turnaround or break when COVID hit in the start of the season going into the Newcastle game, and I don't think that helped us. So, I don't necessarily always think it's a good thing. We're quite happy to be playing, and a week's good for us. A week's preparation leading into a match is something we're perfectly fine with.
And just last one quickly from me, mate. The announcement made yesterday about the Asian Champions League withdrawal. On a personal level for you, is that disappointing that you won't get a chance to lead the boys into that?
Yeah, absolutely. We all wanted to go. It was an opportunity for us as a club to go. But unfortunately, given the circumstances and the current climate around the world and in Asia, it just wasn't to be. So, we're disappointed, but we understand the reasons why we can't go.
Tom Aldridge injured. Any chance of him making appearance next week, or is the hamstring too far gone?
Look, I don't know yet. We'll have a good 7 days preparation, and we'll see where he's at in the latter stages of the week. And right now my focus is with the current group that we've had, making sure that we got through tonight unscathed, rested the ones that needed resting, and we'll prepare for whoever we play. And if he's available, then that's a boost for us. If not, we're more than comfortable with the squad we've got right now.
Also, as well, just on the young guys, which is a constant theme for the last few games. Eli Adams made his debut tonight. Cyrus Demi and Alex Parsons, 3 months ago, they were starting for the NPL team. Now they're on the pitch in an A-League game. Is that just proof of, the youth system as far as here at the Roar and how much they're achieving in such a short time?
Absolutely. We finished that game with Queensland local products from our NPL, from our academy, on top against still the current champions of Australia. And we hadn't pinned back for large periods which is essentially homegrown local talent.
Sorry.
Well, in the context of the season, right? The season's over. Okay, that's the end of the home and away. Before the season started, the tipsters were tipping basically to finish in the bottom two. Got a low budget. There's no hiding the fact that you're not going to be able to buy Jamie McLaren. The lowest you're going to finish is fourth, right? That is a significant achievement, is it not?
I think so. Yeah, obviously, we don't talk about budgets, but we know where we're at as a club and what we do and how we operate. And that didn't deter us from wanting to be successful, but we certainly knew internally what we wanted to achieve this year. We weren't obviously backed by many to make the finals, let alone finish third or maybe even fourth, depending on what happens tonight. So, again, it comes back to belief in what we're doing, and what we're doing here, I think has been a success in terms of the season we've had. But we're not done yet. We want to keep going. And again, tonight you saw, what makes a good player in the A-League. I mean, we had Alex Parsons 6 weeks ago, no one knew about him, and now people are worried about him. Defenders are backing off him, and Alex Wilkinson's having to put last-ditch blocks in against him. So, we're confident and really, really have a great deal of belief in the players we've got coming through here at Brisbane Roar. So
this is your first full season. Do you feel like you belong in the A-League as coach now? After you got that under your belt? I mean, I'm sure it's the same for coaches as players. It takes a little while before you feel like you're not an imposter.
Yeah, I mean, all those things were thrown at me when I got it. Some people questioned my qualifications, and here I am. But at the end of the day, I took this role on because, one, I wanted the challenge. Two, not just about me, but it was about other coaches that are applying their trade in the NPL or the leagues below, whether they can step up and do the job. And we're not done yet, and I'm certainly not done yet this season. But it's nice to have the season we've had. Given what was said, I guess at the start, not just about myself but the team, it's pleasing. But we're not done, and for us, we've got to keep going. So that's all background noise. I'm not really fussed about all that kind of stuff.
When you started, you prominently said that you believed in the Queensland approach. Is there actually a Queensland Spirit, or is that just?
I think it's there for all to see. I think you see people like Corey Brown, Dylan Wenzel-Halls, Alex Parsons, Jordan Courtney-Perkins, Jamie Young. It means a lot to them to play in front of family and friends. And I think when you can tap into that, and obviously we've got players that you need to bring in quality around that, but when you can tap in the large core of the group that's from this state and identify with this club, I think it means something, and I think it helps us.
Yeah. Last question. Six teams left now.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be fair to say that it's a very level playing field? Particularly with Melbourne and Sydney they've lost a few players. That it's as close as you can imagine that any six of those teams could win the grand final.
Look, I believe so. Yeah, I think on our day we can beat any team in the top six as well, and I'm sure every other team thinks the same. But I certainly have great belief that we can. So why not?
Sydney broke the 8-game undefeated streak you had here at home. Regardless of that result, you must be pretty pleased that that Redcliff's become sort of a fortress ahead of finals.
Yeah, absolutely. It's we went on a good run here, and and again tonight, we're not here to make excuses. We wanted to win the game, but we had to look at it with a zoomed out, I guess, kind of perspective that what was coming next week, because we wouldn't have made some changes we made today had it been a normal game or an elimination match. So there's also that to take into consideration. But again, our performance was good today, and we love playing here, like I said, and hopefully next week we get the right result in a game that's of great importance and with the crowd behind us, and hopefully a packed crowd, and go on into the deep into the stages of the finals.
You mentioned the crowd, 8,500 spectators, exciting ones. Today, next week, Adelaide or MacArthur. How much is the home game an advantage for you? with the spectators?
Well, we hope it will be a big advantage. We want to pack out the stadium, and we want our Queensland public to come, Brisbane Roar fans, and be as vocal as they can and make it as intimidating as we possibly can for the opposition. You know, and that would give the boys a big lift. And you saw today when the crowd got going in the second half, it lifted us. You know, we found an extra leg and we kept going, and I think that's important. You know, if we can make as much noise and make it as tough for the opposition as we can, it's going to help the players.